Okay, good day everyone. So today we will be discussing about lesson 3, which is about implementing strategies about e-commerce. So basically this will be the last lesson in our module, which is module 3. And before anything else, I'm going to start my discussion about this particular lesson, we're going first to elaborate and discuss and establish what are the basic objectives in this particular lesson. So in this particular lesson, we have two major objectives which are as follows. Number one, we're going to define what is an e-commerce all about. And number two, we're going to enumerate, elaborate, and discuss the steps in implementing various strategies in e-commerce. So basically, our lesson for today is all about implementing strategies in e-commerce as a marketing strategy for various business enterprises. So when we say e-commerce or electric commerce, sometimes written as small letter e, then the word commerce, it's a business model that lets firms and individuals buy and sell things over the internet. E-commerce operates in all four of the following major market segments, which are as follows. Number one, it could be utilized in a business-to-business transaction. It could also be utilized in a business-to-consumer business transactions. It can also be used in consumer-to-consumer business transaction and a consumer-to-business transaction. So basically, electric commerce or e-commerce is being utilized nowadays because certain business transactions has this notion that it is very convenient for them to utilize electronic platforms or online platforms in marketing and delivering their products and services to their target markets. However, we should we should be cognizant as an entrepreneur that there are also advantages and disadvantages in implementing electronic commerce, which we're going to further elaborate and discuss later. So basically, currently in our current time, since we are having this COVID-19 pandemic and the movement of people nowadays are being restricted due to certain quarantine protocols, and therefore, it is very convenient for various entrepreneurs to implement this particular business strategy. Even today that our online our mode of delivery in our classes is being utilized in terms of internet connectivity, and therefore the mode of business transactions nowadays could also be in terms of online utilization of various online platforms, and buying and selling things and products and services are also being offered down in the internet, such as but not limited to. I know that you have already known these various online platforms such as Shopee, Lazada, and other online platforms businesses. So we're going to discuss and elaborate about the various advantages and disadvantages of e-commerce. So when we say e-commerce, e-commerce offers consumers the following advantages. So number one, convenience. E-commerce can occur 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In other words, when you're going to offer or you're going to market your products and services in the internet, your target market or your potential customers could view and could see your product offering or service offering in your website or in the internet or the various online platforms 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it doesn't restrict anyone to particularly see or look for your product and services offering in the internet. So basically, it's one of the major advantages of implementing e-commerce as a business marketing strategy in your business model. Next, increase selection. Many stores offer a wide array of products online than they carry in their brick and mortar counterparts. So when we say brick and mortar counterparts class, it's basically more on a physical store. So say for example, you're going to Gaisano in Nabunturan. So that's an example of a brick and mortar store. Whereas if you're going when you're going to that particular store, the product offerings of a particular business or particular enterprise is being limited. In other words, you cannot see a full wide range of product offerings in that particular store because of limited availability of stock. On the other hand, or in contrast, if you're going to see those particular products and services on e-commerce platform or on online platform of these businesses, you're going to see and to compare and to distinguish various product characteristics and product services of that particular company, because all of their product and services offering are being reflected in their online platform. So in other words, many stores or many businesses offer a wide array of products online than they carry in their physical stores. In addition, many stores that solely exist on online may offer consumers exclusive inventory that is unavailable elsewhere. In other words, in layman's term, because uh, because of the difficulty in terms of delivering, in terms of transporting that particular product and product to their brick and mortar, their physical stores, and therefore there is these limitations in terms of the availability of that product or of that stock or that in particular inventory or that particular SKU in terms of business context in that particular brick and mortar store. So in layman's term pa, sa kung bisayon pa nato, um, that particular product and service offering may become unavailable, dili siya available sa brick and mortar, dili siya available sa physical store, pero pag i-check nimo na siya na particular product na mong gusto paliton, say for example in that particular company, check nimo sa ilang online website, then you can see na that is particularly available. Tapos i-click lang nimo dito add to cart, say for example sa Shopee or sa Lazada, add to cart, then you can already buy or purchase that particular product from that particular store that you want to buy. Okay? So basically those are some of the advantages in utilizing e-commerce as a marketing strategy. However, there are also disadvantages in implementing e-commerce, which are as follows. Number one, it has a limited customer service. If you are shopping online for a computer, you cannot simply ask an employee to demonstrate particular models features in person. So basically, kapag ikaw magpalit ka o particular product sa Lazada or sa Shopee, you cannot particularly ask a particular salesperson na unsa ang product sa characteristics ani. Say for example, you're trying to buy a dress. Say mo trying to buy a shoes. Mutana ka sa dili ka wala kay makapangutan-an kung unsay size sa sapatos, kung unsa ang kung sa tela, unsa ang size sa imong sa nina, and so on and so forth. In contrast to a brick and mortar store, wherein you can ask someone, you can ask a particular sales lady unsa ang mga specific characteristics, unsa ang mga specific na mga features and that particular product na imong gusto paliton. Aside from that, there are also other parameters. Say for example, na makita nimo physically jud ang product, because there are certain instances that what is being seen or what is being displayed on online platforms or that particular product is not technically or actually the same thing with what is being delivered to you. Okay? Next, lack of instant gratification. When you buy an item online, you must wait for it to be shipped at your home or office. However, retailers like Amazon make the waiting game a little bit less painful by offering same-day delivery as a premium option for select products. So say for example, kung ikaw magpalit ka sa Shopee or sa Lazada, di ba? Dili man jud ano na automatic pag mag-order ka karon automatic ma-deliver dayon na. There is this thing that what we are calling as lead time. Pasabot sa lead time, kung ang difference between kanus ani mo gi-order ang imong product na gusto paliton until such a time or how many days before to naabot jud mismo sa imuha. So that's what we call as lead time. So you're trying to wait for that particular lead time before maabot sa imuha ang imuhang palit na product and services online. And therefore, pag once magpalit ka online, dili dayon ka maingon ay magunitan dayon ako ang gipalit. Ay, pwede na dayon ako masuot ang akong sanina na gipalit or pwede na dayon ako masuot ang sapatos na akong gipalit. So that's the main objective, or that's the main rationale behind the lack of instant gratification. In comparison with, say for example, maadto ka sa isa ka physical store or brick and mortar store, di ba pag once you're trying to purchase immediately, nagpalit din ka, gibayaran din yung sa cashier, then you immediately touch the product. Then sometimes pwede din mo gani siya na masuot, or in terms of food, pwede din mo siya makaon. So there's an instant gratification when you buy an item in a brick and mortar store. In comparison with an things that you buy online, there's no such thing as instant gratification. And lastly, inability to touch products. So just like what I've said, online images do not necessarily convey the whole story about an item. And so e-commerce purchases can be unsatisfying when the products received do not match consumer expectations. So, di ba makita ninyo ng mga memes sa internet na in-order mo sa Shopee, tapos amo ni ang abot, because there's really this disconnection between the two, kay lahi na kayo ang imong expectation and the reality na naabot sa imo during pag-purchase mo sa isa ka product and service, and dili ito mao, and which may lead to consumer unsatisfaction. Hence, there's this tendency na pag once na bad customer experience hitabo because of purchasing in terms of online platforms, ang mahitabo is there is a huge tendency na dili na mo usab or dili na mo otro ang imuhang particular customer in purchasing to your particular store because of that prior bad customer experience. So basically, that's this. I'm going to end first my discussion in this particular video, and we're going to continue our discussion about e-commerce in the next video that I'm going to share with you. So this is it, and thank you for listening, and goodbye.